9th, the Yankees take 2 out of 3 from the Astros. Singleton won game 3, not the other Astros that I don't like. And Blanco.
Talking Yanks with old
John Boy and Jake.
Jack Curry said Blanco in the post game.
Was it like a he blanked him pun?
I don't think so.
Is it Blanco? Ronell, De Jesus. Then they don't have those. Hello and welcome to Talkin Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. We got BBD producing away. And the Yankees beat a lesser team, much like the Rangers are doing to the Hurricane. This is sports. And Jake, how are you?
James, Davis, everyone tuning in live on the YouTube. Or if you're not, make sure you're subscribed. How about that? Ad. Doing well. Go New York, go New York, go. The Knicks are rolling, the Rangers are rolling, and yeah, the Yankees, I don't know, took down an expansion team, basically.
Oh, burn!
Oh! Yeah, it was, we haven't seen the Astros since that opening week of the season where the Yankees were like, hey, we're announcing our dominance at the table. And it was like, oh, I'm sure, the next time we catch Houston. I mean, that ship is...
Well, the season, they're done. We don't play them again the rest of the year.
That's it.
That's
They're
stupid.
gone.
Unless they have a miraculous comeback, we meet in the postseason, but that's dumb.
Yeah.
So, season series over. Yankees win 6, Astros win 1. Good job.
Good job by the Yankees. We would have taken that before the season.
Yeah, I would have been ecstatic.
Easy.
I would have been ecstatic. And they won the first 6. Technically, I think they won 10 in a row. Because didn't they sweep them like at the end of last year?
Or today would have been 10 in a
think it
row.
was-
Oh, today would have been
9,
10?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So technically 9 in a row.
Pretty good.
Figuratively, whatever you want.
Pretty good.
Anything to cover in the groundskeeping?
Grounds creeping. Tommy Kahnle threw an inning. 2 strikeouts. Actual real minor league baseball. Pitched.
Oh, in a game?
Yes.
Wow. So they skipped a lot of steps, it seems.
Or
Like
just
no,
didn't tell
or
us
they
about
didn't
it.
tell
I
us.
think they
about-
were just floating in those steps, and then
They kept saying bullpens, and we never got like live BP or anything like that. Well, that's awesome. They also claimed right-handed pitcher Colby White from the Rays. Yeah, they assigned him to Double-A Somerset.
we got him.
The 25-year-old reliever had a 17.61 ERA in 9 games at Triple-A Durham. So they got him.
Taylor Trammell
Uh,
DFA'd and
Clear-
outrighted to AAA.
Cleared waivers. They kept them.
Part of the system.
Peraza will begin his rehab assignment with Single-A Tampa.
I think he did it.
Or
I
he
think
did.
it.
Yeah, on Tuesday
Homer.
he started. Oh, yes. He homered. Boone said that Peraza would need a full spring training. They're in no rush to get him up. They're fine with Jones being on the bench.
So's Jones.
Yeah, he's got a gig, nice travel. People carry his bags for him, and he doesn't have to play. So Peraza, don't expect him to just come up and be on the bench. Now, an injury happens, I think Peraza would be rushed up or something like that because they don't have depth in the infield, especially if DJ's still out. But, yeah, he's not up. They also said that Martian's going to start DHing soon.
I'm friends with the Martian.
Yeah. So, look here. Here's Peraza going a yard. Good for him.
We love that.
He looks tiny.
Love that.
It's just the way they do the...
Shadows, the blues not helping them.
Fairly low res.
So, is that everything?
Let's see. Garrett Cole threw another light bullpen. Sure. DJ had a few good days.
Efros and Trevino just don't get lumped in.
No.
Like, their expected return is summer.
I don't think they want them to.
They're not
That's
there
the second half of the bullpen plan.
Sure. But it just not like I feel like they don't even get asked. Like
No need.
when Meredith is doing it, they're not like, and what about Efros and Trevino? It's like, nah.
Second half.
Okay. So that's it. That's the
Nick Berti, scoreless inning in a rehab game.
Hey man, he looked like a strikeout guy.
Yeah.
So I could use him coming back up. Although the bullpen's been fine.
They've been great.
They've been electric.
I
Can't
think
fight the results.
I'll double check. I think they were first in ERA again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Not good with inherited runners.
Crazy.
And they do that a lot. So they do cook the books a little on like the reliever ERA.
I know like the team's ERA is second behind Boston because they interviewed Matt Blake and mentioned it.
Two best teams in baseball, per usual.
The usual. All right, let's get into game 1, Jake, because it was a fun time.
Let's do it.
Then we'll do game 2.
Mm-hmm.
We'll breeze through game 3. And then we'll give out some awards.
Ahoy. So you've had the old bull. What about the young calf? Jock and JV, Justin Verlander versus Luis Gil as the Yankees host the Houston Astros, bringing up the rear in the AL West. Top one, Kyle tucks one in the cheap seats. It's 1-0 Houston, but Gil would settle in after that. 6.1, 1 earned run, only 1 hit. Gil, yeah. What about the Yankees offense? They could only muster up the next field goal and touchdown. Alex Verdongo, 3-run yacker to answer in the first. In the third, whips out an RBI single. It's 4-0 Yanks. Fire the Volpedo. Tony V into the seats. Play the music, Giancarlo. Let the rhythm take you over, Giancarlo. Tequiero, Yankee blowouts. Judge, ribby single. Birdie, 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 rocking everywhere. It's heel to Marinaccio to the Talkin truck. Yanks win game 1, a 10-3 final.
Fun game. Really fun game.
Verlander.
Verdugo.
Is Houston going to right the ship?
Soto gets the single in the first, ground ball.
Boom.
Aaron Judge walks. And then Verdugo comes up, and we all thought on a curveball home run. So I'm going to give us all half credit for closing our eyes and like picturing a home run. The pitch was wrong, but that's fine. And that was a really exciting moment. And then I believe the next time through, Soto gets another single, Judge gets walked again, and Verdugo comes through with another RBI hit, a single this time. And that felt so nice to be like, oh, the new guys don't give a fuck about the Astros. All they know is the Astros stink. All Verdugo and Soto know about being a Yankee and playing the Astros is we beat them.
They got an old guy pitching.
Yeah.
They don't, we've seen, one of the best pitchers to ever play the game. And, he's going to settle in and get to the 7th and be locked in. Soto's like, dude, World Series. Take this guy up top. Verdugo, he's a dog.
Bad news for Soto. When he's 40, he's going to look 80. Verlander looks 60.
Very interested to see how Soto ages. Because, he has a mature look to him.
He's got like a Matsui face to him where like he looks way old.
I want to take that back a little bit. Matsui, one of the few Matsui faces in the world. I think Soto has a chance that he doesn't age. Like there's a chance he's timeless.
Oh, okay.
He's just this forever.
I want to throw that out. I mean, there's a chance he goes old.
Yeah.
But there's a chance he's just like, wait, he's had the same look 16 to 46? Did Pujols age well? I mean,
in the
baseball-wise, in the face he kind of did, right? I feel like towards the end he started to get real
when
thick.
your beard is that
right
dialed, whatever happens around the beard, no one notices. You just notice how chiseled and perfect his beard is. And I think he was bald from a young age. So he set himself up perfectly. Like my dude, Raul Ibanez, also set up perfectly to kind of be like, bald dude with a nice facial hair. You can play that from 30
right
to 60, and no one's...
He's still playing it. Ibanez looks
great. Yeah, he's in great shape. Okay, so...
What's his secret? Text him. Flex.
Probably great diet, works out and stuff.
Healthy. Generally healthy.
Yeah. Heel was...
Not me.
I mean, Heel was awesome in this game.
Hill, yeah.
He started throwing his slider and his changeup as true second and third pitches. Like, he threw that slider to Altuve at one point. That was like a sweeper away that got him. But it was like, I was like, oh, shit, that's a nice slider. and he started throwing the changeup. I think he threw the changeup to righties a bunch. And he was kind of like fastball slider to righties, fastball changeup to lefties, which is very normal. You want to pitch going away from them, or into them, whatever it is.
Sure.
But he was mixing it up both ways. I feel like he had everything working. And another game with Trevino, that goes really well.
Yeah, I want to. Heel has this stuff. We talk about strikeouts a chunk, and wherever Heel ends up at the end of this season, whether he can somehow stay in the rotation or end up in the bullpen. Only one hit against that team. Like Houston's been hitting this year. All their hitting stats are top 5 of the league. So to put that out there, and I'm interested to see as we talk about the like maturity and growth of Luis Heel as he goes. Hopefully he just keeps going like this. He's allowed 3 hits in his last 12.1 innings. That's good.
Yep.
I also, I said this in his Baltimore game. He was toe-to-toe with Corbin Burns. That I was like, I like that for Heel. I think that's going to lock him in a little more. Justin Verlander in Houston, kind of the same thing.
Well,
so I want to see the next time he's against like a bad team, bad starter, if Heel's like, well, fuck it. Or does he take another step?
I agree with you. I'm annoyed because I had the toe-to-toe award. Literally, it was the only award I noted down.
Toad-to-toad?
Toad-to-toad. That would have been just to throw you off the scent a little bit. No, toe-to-toe for that exact reason. His last couple outings have been against.
Like next start's in the Trop against Tyler Alexander. I don't know if Heel gets up for that.
Maybe you just got to start pumping Tyler Alexander up if you're like a Yankees coach or if you're anyone that goes in and around the team and listens to the show, start pumping up Tyler Alexander. Oh, you think Burns is good? You think Verlander's good, Heel? Tyler Alexander, your toughest opponent yet.
So Josh Lowe just came back for Tampa. What would be big for us is if they could call up like one of their prospects, like Junior Caminero. So for all of our listeners in the Rays front office, if we could do something like that, so Heel's like, oh, this guy's next. But if that's what we're talking about with Luis Heel, things are in a pretty good spot.
With the Rays, with Randy. Actually, I like Randy, so I'm not going to fully lump him in, but he's good. Siri and what's his name?
Roy Campaneris.
What's the pest's name? Or am I blanking?
Caballero.
Caballero. I was blanking.
The horse.
They'll get under your skin.
Yeah.
And we've seen Heel get frustrated at times.
Yeah.
So so if you're in the front office for the Rays and you're still listening, even after Jake last checked in. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. If your name's Justin, leave a review. Tell your players to be really annoying. Let's put Heel through the ringer.
Ooh, so maybe the first 2 games can just be annoying.
Yeah, let's
the
put
Rays
Heel. Let's put Heel through the ringer. You know, let's have Caballero and Siri like really pest it up in the box.
Yeah.
Soto shuffle
them. Anything else in this game? I mean, it gets late early. I mean,
Tonkin came in
6-1 to 10-1.
They revolted, and I didn't like that. I thought that was in poor taste. Tonkin comes in and he's just getting his work in, and the infield straight up revolts. You're putting this guy in? We're not going to make a damn play.
Yeah,
that was messed up.
I was in attendance at this game.
Yeah.
Interesting vibe at the stadium. A Rangers playoff game.
Yeah.
So we were laughing. We were talking to one of the ticket guys, and we were like, "Man, it's kind of a little thin. Like different vibe. Like nice night. Houston game.
Played huge on TV.
It was a little thinned out, but I think it's kind of that echo effect at the stadium. Remember during COVID when there were some loud games, and we're like, "What the hell is this?" But
Coney was pausing his broadcast, like, "Let's just listen to the buzz," and then they just tuned in. Remember, like, were you there? Were you listening on TV, Beebs?
I was on TV, yeah.
Yeah, I did that at one point.
So it was funny. We were talking to one of the ticket guys, and we were like, "So what's going on?" He's like, "Bro," and he's kind of a funny ticket guy. He's like, "Bro, a lot of big fish in town this week." He's like, Met Gala, and I was like, "Okay, like definitely zero overlap." And then he goes, "There's the big F1 race in Miami." I was like, "Definitely no overlap there." And then he goes, "And Rangers playoff game," and I'm like, "That's a big one. That's one of the big ones."
He thought the stadium was like because of the Met Gala?
Because F1 in Miami?
Couldn't believe how he listed them out. But yeah, it was also nice, and it's kind of what we're joking about with the current state of the Astros, but it was also like, I don't know. I think we're going to handle our business, and they did.
That was interesting because it was packed. I don't know.
No, man, the whole
They did like the scan shot, and Coney was like, listen, like
back
just went quiet.
second tier was empty. And then a lot of the decks, even some of the bleachers, we were surprised.
Interesting. It sounded electric.
Oh, it's nice to win and be the Yankees. That's the whole point.
Go up early. Yeah. It was nice. And also, like, Verlander, we've had him so many times with runners on first base, and you're like, oh, they're good at bats, and then he escapes that, and then he's good the rest of the game.
Double play.
So it was like someone tweeted that out, like, hey, we finally got to him when we get the bases, people on the base in the first inning. Usually he gets out of that, and we're like, damn, that was our one chance. So,
and hits. We ask for hits because sometimes walks can be non-conducive to winning. A lot of times they're good, but the double play Yankees can come out. 13 hits.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's go to game 2, which I think is actually a sneaky, more exciting game.
Okay.
But I don't believe that.
That's fine.
I could argue both ways if this was debate class. I got points and counterpoints.
Which side do you want me on?
Let me know in the chat which side do you want me on.
A good debater can do either side.
Yeah. And after the burn, I'll be on whatever side the chat wants me to be on.
Jess did that competitively.
Debating?
Yeah. She's like nationally ranked, top 10 or some shit.
So was my cousin, Jake. I was in his, remember I did the first episode against the Astros from his old childhood bedroom. He had all those trophies.
Awesome.
Following tonight's game, the Yankees have optioned Ron Marinaccio to AAA.
Hilarious. And that's obvious. Berti?
Yeah, it could be one of them coming back.
Take care of you, Berti.
I mean, it's just because he threw 2 innings, game 1, and 2 innings, game 3. So that they're not going to use him for the next road trip. And also,
And actually, Ron, there's actually a meet and greet in Scranton Wilkes-Barre this weekend.
hey, Ron, can you come into the office? For some fucked up reason, the better you do, the more we want you fucking gone, dude.
Yeah.
Okay? Throw 2 more scoreless. You're busting out of here immediately. Almost every time.
Every time.
Every time. They got to hate that kid. He looked gross today. It was the best I seen him.
He fought.
Best stuff.
Yeah, best stuff. His pitches were dancing every direction. All right, anyway. That stinks for Ron.
Chat's saying it's for Berti, but I haven't personally witnessed a tweet, so I don't know if that's in our heads now.
Talkin ain't worth it. The infield revolted.
It's a nice guy.
That's a little messed up for vibes. Talkin. I mean, come on.
If we're not being mean to Ron, we're not the Yankees. That's it.
All right, burn number 2. And remember, chat, let me know what side you want me on in the whole debate. Which game was better, game 1 or 2?
Carlos Rodon and the Yanks offense would hope to feast on a nice Italian meal. Can we get 5 orders of the Arraghetti and the meatballs? S-O-T-O, Soto, 2-run homer. The judge orders a solo homer of his own, and then G-Unit. Back-to-back days with Stanton homers. It's 5-1 Yanks after 3, 8-1 Yanks after 6, which means Carlos rode on in this game. 6.1, 2 Ernie's, 7 Ks. Rodon to Ferg to Gonzo to Hammy. Little sloppy late, but Yanks win 9-4 final.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Jake. Brian Nora was the umpire behind the dish.
Coney and O'Neill getting emotional.
Yeah. I didn't hear you mention that. In the
That's
burn
an ump
bedroom.
from when we played.
2 hours, 35 minutes.
Yes.
Field condition unknown. No, that's official. Baseball reference says unknown.
Okay.
Unknown. Windy, 16 mile per hour out to right field. Cloudy, no precipitation. That's in depth. For not knowing the field conditions at all, they know a ton about the weather.
Yeah.
Almost spot on. Okay, you got anything on this game?
Obligatory Kyle Tucker homer in the first. kind of out of boredom. Soto, what looks like a patented left center field homer that he just kind of laughs that Arrighetti would even. Juan Soto was so offended by the fact that Spencer Arrighetti would have the absolute gall to throw him a pitch over the plate. So he hit it 440 to left center. I don't know, the standout thing to me in this game, and I don't know if we're going to talk Stanton later. Maybe we will, but, I mean, that was a that was a vicious homer, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's the first game where you had Soto, Stanton, and Judge all homer. To get that is insane. You know, 3 guys are going to go down as, like, historic hitters.
In different ways, but yes.
In different ways. 3 different ways.
Yeah.
Judge and Soto are similar, but Judge has way more power.
Yeah, there's a, I don't want to give too much away. We recorded on our JM Baseball YouTube. It's not out yet, and this won't spoil the video.
It's not out yet.
But it was, the top 5 people if you could just pick a baseball player and build a team. Number 2 was Soto. And, like, we almost don't think of him like that yet.
Yeah.
But he is.
I said Mookie.
Stanton and Judge are already, like, on to the second halves of their career. Soto's, like...
young.
You can't say beginning, but...
Judge wasn't in...
accelerating.
When Judge was 25, he wasn't in the pros.
Not allowed. Luis Hill, who me talking about how mature is this guy, Major League Baseball player. When I saw that Hill is a couple months older than Soto, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's stupid. That's stupid.
So, other stuff I liked about this game.
I think this game was more boring.
So, you want me to debate the other way?
I mean, that's what the chat wants.
I liked the Judge homer. The Stanton homer was the hardest home run, or the hardest ball
of the year
hit this year. It was absolute nuke. I liked that the Yankees beat up on a young bad pitcher.
Yeah.
So many times in the past 4 years, there'd be a pitcher that's not good. A belly itcher. Not having a good go. And then the Yankees just struggle because they ain't seen him yet. And it's been very frustrating. It's been a narrative. We had the stats on it in 2021 when they were good, but anytime they saw a new pitcher, I remember like it was a sharp stat or something. So I liked that they came out swinging early and they got results and just matched that Tucker homer so early again, which was like double downing on it. You know, oh, you thought yesterday was like a fluke? No, we'll just do it again.
Just do that again.
And yeah, the Judge homer was fun, and then the Stan homer was incredible. And I thought Rodon battled and was like a bulldog on the mound. Like I liked his personality. I liked the way he pitched. So a lot of stuff in this game got me excited for moving forward.
Okay. Yeah, Rodon, man.
And Ferguson came in. He got out of it.
How quickly has Rodon gone from complete question mark to expectations? Might be talked about more, but
yeah, no, he's having a good year. Gonzalez gives up a homer in the Pena, and Hamilton still like not inducing swing and misses. I think that's it. No changes or anything, right? No lineup moves, no nothing.
No, man. It was kind of,
nothing to do.
It got slightly exciting late, but that's
nothing
a little hammy effect.
Do we care about the weird base running play?
What do you got on that? My dad asked me that when we were picking up James from daycare today. He was like, what do you got on that? And I was like, I don't know. Glaber should have kept running. Volpe should have had his head up a little more. Third base coach should have done something. It's easy just to blame Glaber because he's always at fault there.
Yeah, I've actually... I think my percentage of blame is 60-40 Volpe, then Glaber.
That's what I initially did, but I haven't really, like...
The only point...
The runners were going on the pitch, right? It was a 3-2 pitch, 2 outs, bases loaded.
3-2, when you see it...
Because, like, go back to the beginning of the clip. Who's on first base? Volpe?
Volpe's on first.
He's rounding second
Right.
by the time infielder has the ball.
I understand Volpe's expectation of like, okay, for how that play went down, that Glaber,
Glaber would have been
continue
out.
running. Yeah, and like
I think Volpe's got to hover in the middle a little more.
You kind of always expect pitchers to make the wrong play, and with 2 outs, guys just kind of keep running sometimes. That if Glaber runs full tilt that whole way, there's a chance we're like, wow, nice base running Glaber. He scores on that too.
He had the stop sign too.
For me, I mean, Volpe, like there's a runner ahead of you. You have to be conscious of that, no matter what's going on. And Judge is coming up with what would be the bases loaded.
I think they have to stop teaching people to do if it's the potential third out, just round all the bases. It's already cost the Yankees 3 outs this year. Like, and I don't understand. The only time it ever worked was when Carlos Delgado dropped that ball and Teixeira was like never stopped running from first. But like, yeah, I think watching that again now, if Glaber continues to run home and they just throw him out at home,
right?
Everyone is mad at Glaber.
Killing
we're killing him, and he didn't. So
the broadcast was saying if Glaber keeps running, he scores pretty easily.
I didn't think that.
And in real time, I was I'm watching, and I'm like, all right, sure. If you guys think that, I didn't fully take it in. Watching it just now, it's certainly not a given.
I think he got a stop sign too. But
I was gonna go higher on Volpe, but after talking about it, now I am. I'm 70-30 Volpe.
Okay, fair's fair. I just love that Soto beat out the hit.
Right?
I mean, in the past couple years, I tweeted out like, wow, nice to have speed. And people are like, Soto's not fast. I'm like, well, compare him to Voit or like Edwin.
Gio.
Or Gio. Gary, Stanton. Like, compare him to the past Yankees that we've been dealing with. We've had guys that know it's not even in the possibility to beat that out. I saw him hustling that he thought in his own head I could beat that out, and I was like, oh wow, we don't have that often.
Even like a lot of times Judge isn't allowed to like run full tilt.
Yeah, or like Glaber, I don't know if he they just like, ow, oh shit.
Okay, we got an injury.
When you move your neck and you get a pinched nerve or something.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't move my neck, it's going to stiffen up on me. Ow, that fucking hurt.
Got a loosener.
Well, let's
have Zach at it like a fairy with like a blow dart getting me in the neck, because I think my reaction would be perfect.
And all this is brought to you by the Yes app. The Yes app is the ultimate viewing experience on all your devices. You can stream games. You probably have. You're listening to Talking Yanks. You're resourceful. The Yes app, they've got live stat overlays. It's easy on mobile and connected TVs. Yes rewards by streaming or playing games and then redeem them for gift cards and merchandise. If you get Yes on TV, then you get Yes app for free. So download the app now. Sign up for an annual or monthly subscription. I know we use it a lot to watch the games. Jom's got kids. I'm doing things. When you're playing the Astros, it's actually pretty nice because you can the Rangers are on? Like, that's a real game.
First couple innings,
Yanks are
usually bath time for me. Or I lay in bed and watch with James, and he likes it. He thinks every strike is strike one, though. Kind of dumb. Strike one? No.
In the past, you want to watch a game on your phone because that would be convenient. MLB TV, you got to be in market, all that. Yes app, you're good if you're in the New York area.
You can be anywhere.
You can be.
I've been.
So that has been nice.
Name 5 places you've been that people wouldn't suggest. Eager just made a great save.
Do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
And go look at Juan Soto's Baseball Savant.
All the bubbles? I don't look at those as often as other people look at those.
The bubble.
I should look at them more.
Meanwhile, let's get Game 3 over with and put in our rear view, huh?
Okay. Let's do it. Game 3.
Wowzers. More red than the rains of Castamere. Yanks would hope to keep Houston Blanco in the win column against Ronell with Stroman towing the slab in the boogie dong. I bet your dong isn't as big as mine, and John Singleton was right. 2 homers in the first, make it 3-0 Astros. What a lovely day to sit on the porch. Anthony Volpe, 330 feet to right. It's a 3-2 game. Little fortitude by the Astros as Pena gets an RBI single up the middle. Little bit of a mixed bag from Stroman. 5.2, 4 earned runs at the end of the day. Would the Yankees have a rally in their bones? Judgy did. 473 to a part of the stadium not a lot of people visit unless you have a ticket. Unfortunately, Hader closing it out. Yankees lose 4-3 final.
Bummer. I wanted the sweep. I wanted the series sweep. So bad.
So bad.
What's the quote from Remember the Titans?
Bad.
I wanted the Hall of Fame too, Dad.
What you're thinking.
She's so sad.
I wanted it bad.
Yeah, I wanted the Hall of Fame real bad. Hall of Famer, my book.
He ends up in there, so spoiler.
Real bad. I wanted the Hall of Fame real bad.
That's acting.
It's acting. Hayden Panettiere?
Don't swear.
Did she marry a big boxer? Or am I mixing her up with another small lady?
You could be.
Where do I get my gossip news, huh?
Hayden
Just floating on the internet.
Panettiere.
Her partner, he looks former professional boxer. Yep.
Yeah, his name is Vladimir
Klitschko?
Klitschko.
Yeah. Vladimir.
Where sports and gossip hit the reel. I'm Jake Storielli, and I'll see you tonight at 10.
Not to be confused with his brother Vitali.
He's a bad guy.
They ever box?
I don't know anything about them. Name another Hollywood person that's married to an athlete.
Hollywood, Vanessa Hudgens.
Okay, now name another.
Brooke.
There was one.
I follow Savannah James on Instagram.
There was one at the game.
Kate Upton. Her and Amy Cole sitting together.
She has
Yes.
an IMDb.
Yes.
You think Garrett? I know this isn't real for anyone thinking this is kind of real, but you think Garrett and Justin are like, wives are shit talking us for 3 hours? Oh yeah, Garrett bought this new shirt that he thinks looks good on him, but
I think
it looks
all
terrible.
husbands know that when their wives are talking to each other, they're getting shit talked.
Yeah, Justin still thinks he looks young.
He's old today. I met him.
I heard on Talkin Yanks he looks 60.
They both hate Soto. When they were in Houston, they beat him.
When they were teammates against him, and he took the World Series from them.
Yeah. Do you want to name another?
Olivia Plouffe.
I don't know if she counts as celebrity. Hillary Duff.
Me.
That's a good one.
I don't know if she's still married to that hockey guy.
I think they just had their 5th kid.
I think the
Rangers
might
goal.
have scored, yeah.
Whoa!
Oh.
Hey!
4th kid. My apologies. They just had their 4th child together. Congratulations, Hillary Duff and
What's his name?
Matthew Coma.
I bet.
I think I ended up on his Instagram yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah, but I didn't think he was an athlete.
Because you were probably getting your news about Hillary Duff from your celebrity gossip sites.
What's my internet?
All right. So anyway, in the chat, name the rest that you know.
I'm glad if they're happy, I'm happy.
Cool. Good stuff. Giselle and Tom, but not anymore.
Ooh.
Game 3. Anything else? Congrats to John Singleton for hitting a giant home run.
She was married to Mike Comrie,
Okay.
who's the hockey guy. They split up, and now she's with Matthew Coma.
And who's Matthew Coma?
He's a DJ. I was on their Instagram the other day. I don't know why.
Okay.
And who's he following?
Congrats. It was a water birth.
Shout out to your little brother, Luke.
That was land.
Sure was.
John Singleton also made that scoop on that ball.
That was nice.
That saved the game as
Would
well.
have allowed the game to get real messy.
Yeah. All right, let's go to awards and stuff because I think we'll
Yeah.
talk about more stuff there.
Yeah.
Hey, you go first.
Pride
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Who's my pride of the Yankees? In
Yeah.
this series?
Yeah.
Man, there's a couple of the big dogs in play.
Gab
here, huh?
Union and Dwayne Wade, and they are
They're
both
good.
investors in John Boy Media.
Well, Gab
so-
doesn't, or Dwayne doesn't play anymore.
but he did when
Sure.
they got married.
Yeah, but once you're out of.
Part owner of the Jazz, part owner of us.
Been on
Yes.
the Jazz, too. You know what?
Yeah.
And I guess this wouldn't be back-to-back series, but if I'm being genuine,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go Luis Heel.
Pride.
Yeah. We talked about the toe-to-toe award I was going to
Yeah.
give out if he didn't get one. But looking back on this series, like a lot of guys gave good efforts offensively. A lot of the big dogs, like we talked about. That if I'm looking back at this series, game one, if Heel doesn't keep him in check, it's a different series. And he did more than that. And what was the stat I found earlier? Last 12.1 innings, he's given up 3 hits.
Yeah. I have a
Like-
stat on him.
That's pretty good. So I'll go Heel.
Right-handers are hitting just 149 against him this season, which is the 5th best among starting pitchers in the league. Victoria Beckham.
I don't do retired athletes, bro.
They were. He
Right.
was active when they met, so it still counts. Rodon leads the league in hit by pitches. So was that why you didn't go Rodon? You went Heel?
Well, we had kind of a heated debate about which game was more,
Yeah.
and I think the winner in this one was 5-1 in the third compared to 4-1 in the third. So I went Heel.
Heel do a fine job. I'm interested in on his pitch limit and all that stuff and what's going to happen when Cole comes back. Like, who's out of the rotation when Cole comes back? Because they might just bullshit and say Heel just because innings pitched, but that's kind of bullshit unless they're really worried about it. Because,
Classic case of if we get there,
yeah,
it's a good thing.
it's kind of crazy we've gotten this long.
Martha Stewart.
Congrats to Luis Heel. I thought he was great.
Thank you. Who's
Jennifer Lopez and A-Rod?
Again,
Sad.
once you're out of the game,
Okay.
I just don't.
Okay.
Who's your
Sierra and Russell Wilson.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm actually supportive.
Okay.
He was awful for my Broncos, but whatever.
Okay.
It's kind of lame, but
Yeah, for sure.
whatever.
Who's my what?
Who's your pride?
It's interesting you ask, since it's the next part of the show.
Surprised.
Because
Oh.
I gotta just like knock off all the rules. It's Juan Soto.
Yeah.
I don't care if I've given it to him recently,
Yeah.
if he's gotten too many, if he's not the interesting conversation. He had a 643 on base percentage against the Astros.
Yeah.
I mean, what are his season stats against the Astros now?
Good.
It's got to be crazy.
He's good.
He beat them in the World Series.
nice. He's nice.
He thinks of them as chumps.
He's good.
He's bringing a new energy.
He's nice.
Yeah. Did the Red Sox beat the Astros in the World Series when they won in 18?
I think they did beat them on the way.
Every ALCS.
But Verdugo wasn't on that team. He got traded in 2020.
Marcus Lynn Betts.
So, anyway, Soto, man. I mean, he had 3 hits in game 1, 3 hits in game 2. They won those games. He had, in both of those games, he had a hit in the first inning and a hit in the second inning.
Here's a hit.
Or the second and the third. I don't know what it was. But, yeah, it's Juan Soto. He's awesome. Dude, he shuffled the hell out of, was it Blanco at the end today?
Blanco, yeah.
And then pimped the walk. It was a hard shuffle. And it was a strike that the umpire missed because the umpire, I think, was like, I'm not pissing off Soto.
Oh, neat.
He's shuffling that hard. You could hear the dirt scraping around. So it's Juan Soto, pride of the Yankees. And I'm not having any guff.
Guffless.
Yeah, it's a guffless give.
Beats out that infield ball we
Yeah.
talked about with the hustle.
Yeah.
The
And
whole
when he
attitude,
saw where
man.
Judge's ball went today's game, his reaction of, gross. He's into it.
I don't know if I can do that. Because he's 25.
Yeah, but some of the people we know that are Padres fans and that I've read kind of acted like he wasn't like into it over there.
Again, this could be extreme bias. I mean, the hater stuff, I think, is very real. I think Soto likes... I don't know. I didn't watch every Padre game last year. I would assume Soto was kind of frustrated amongst it all, like everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Padres point at last year and be like, Soto was any part of the problem.
But they don't rave about him like we do.
No, but imagine that season.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It is. All right, MFer.
Oh.
You Yankee motherfucker.
And the Yankees already gave theirs to Ron.
Yeah.
So let's not.
They're like soaking up innings.
Their favorite part is giving it to Ron.
Hey, Ron, can you come here real quick? Looks like you went 3 innings, 0 earned runs for us against the Astros this week.
Him and Boone have to have an
Honor?
awful relationship.
Why don't you get the fuck out of here?
Can we ask Boone? Obviously doesn't give a real answer.
No, he's not.
The way we could tee up Boone would be like, how much does it suck sending Ron Marinaccio down again?
Yeah,
how many times have you had to do that?
Yeah, how many times? Can we look up how many times he's had to do that?
Ooh.
And then maybe we go to Boone and say, like, at this point, do you just go, Ron, sorry. Ron, Brad's got some news for you.
Hey, Brad's waiting at your locker. And that's why my MFer's going, no.
No,
I'm not going to
do
Brad you. No, they lost the game, Jim. And if we're being honest, the reason they lost the game was because of Marcus Stroman. 5.2 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, the 2 first-inning homers, so he did settle in after that. And, man, I mean, one of the guys that gets you is the bad man, Yordan Alvarez. Like, no apologies. We gave up a home run to a lefty in the first inning of every game. 2 were Tucker, Yordan, and then Singleton. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like we talked about the waste pitches. There's a few at-bats tonight and in the previous starts that they feel non-competitive, and yet there's sometimes when he gets a strike looking on a strike 3 where he ends up running the sinker back and it gets there that, like, it's part of his process. But I don't know. Again, maybe this is me being not educated enough on the art of pitching, but it feels like there's some misses going on right now. It felt like he's been scared of getting hit, and that's what he's been doing with the walks. In this game, he kind of got hit. So, hey, they lost 1 game against the Astros. Had to pick a guy. Sorry.
Marcus Stroman has allowed 3 ball counts to 33% of batters faced against right-handers, which is the highest among starters in the American League. He throws a lot of pitches, and I know it's by design, but it's throwing a lot of pitches. What's interesting is the lefties crushed him, and I said to you, like, does he have terrible splits against lefties? Because watching him this year, it feels like he's got nothing for him. He does have terrible splits against lefties this year. It's like a 1 OPS to lefties, and to righties it's better. Last year he was better against lefties, and historically he's like even, like right down the middle.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, it does seem like righties, he has a very established plan. He just rides that outside line with a little slot, like breaking balls away and 2 seamers in. And lefties, I don't know how he attacks them.
Yeah, kind of interested to see what the next steps are. You know, he was so dominant with the Cubs last year, the first half of the season. He was kind of in path for that, and then we've seen the wheels get just a little shaky. So, I don't know. Again, it's kind of a tough MFer because not a ton of options.
Not a ton. I just came across a good 2 athlete couples, which, do you like that?
Yeah, I like that.
Even if they're retired and they don't play anymore?
Not if they're retired.
Well, Mia Hamm and Nomar Garcia-Parra.
All
awesome.
time.
Yeah. Okay.
Never got talked about enough.
That's what I think.
I think I just learned that. like 10 seconds ago.
It was something.
When I said it right now?
Yeah, I mean, I was a kid. I was like a kid. When
I don't want
Nomar
this to be
stopped
horribly
playing.
rude, but Nomar fell off kind of quick, and that hurt their celeb coupleness.
Oh, okay.
Because Mia Hamm, like, enshrined legend of legends, that Nomar with, like, you know, A-Rod and Jeter kept going, and Nomar kind of had the injuries and faded off a little bit. That they didn't. That was pre-celeb couples, like, taking over. That if it was peak Nomar and peak Mia, my God.
Yo, Mia Hamm's got awesome Wikipedia page.
She's awesome.
I know, but like it said, there's a style of play, and the first sentence is, regarded as one of the greatest female soccer players of all time, Hamm was an athletic, dynamic, and technically gifted striker, renowned for her speed, skill, footwork, stamina, and ability on the ball, as well as her consistency. That's a hell of a fucking sentence to have someone write about you.
And one hell of a model American.
An excellent agile dribbler. She was highly regarded for her control as well as her grace, pace, and elegance in possession.
Grace, pace, and elegance.
Whoever wrote this paragraph,
That's from a book.
horny for Mia Hamm. Nomar wrote that, I think.
Who's your MFer?
My MFer is probably most likely going to go to... Oh, Talkin.
See, it's a tough MFer.
The Stroman was the obvious
If you
choice.
goof, I'm going to be mad.
What do you mean? I've never goofed a day in my life. Sure, Glaber.
Oh.
I'll go Glaber.
Okay.
It's getting to mid-March.
You hate the 4 walks?
Mid-May soon.
The high on base percentage?
No, I just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone else has kind of showed signs. Wellesley has got some hits here. He had a tough series. He didn't play as much as the other guys.
I think his 2 hits are both doubles.
Yeah, Glaber's just still not like showing that many signs. Like he is showing like the most incremental minor signs, but they're not enough to really like chew on.
He led the team in walks this series, so you hope that's something.
That's just the Astros
with
problem.
only
What
one
idiots.
strikeout.
Did he have a walk in the last 3 weeks? Astros, you're not doing research anymore?
And then he gets his 1 hit of his series in the last at bat against Hader. So like you hope that's something you can look back at a couple weeks and say, "Whoo, he did that." But yeah, if you want to yuck your yums with your Yankee fans, or I guess in our comments section or wherever you normally do it, you know, if Glaber stays in a not good place, gonna be some very interesting conversations come July. Now that's a while away.
You just use the phrase yuck your yums, which I love that phrase in a really odd way.
Okay,
What's the yum there?
just talking Yankees. Yucking your yum with your crew. That's what we do on Talking Yanks.
No,
We're yucking our yums right now.
that's not what that means.
Use it that way. It's what it can mean.
I mean, never lost a bet that he's won.
You've had no counter.
4 walks for Glaber this
yucking
series.
your yum is when someone enjoys something and you say it's gross.
Well, the conversation gets a little gross. That's the whole point.
But no one likes it right now.
Yup.
Someone has to like it to yuck it if it's your yucking the yum.
Well, it's a fun
I have to
conversation.
be like, I love what I'm seeing from Glaber right now, and then you have to be like, he's doing nothing.
Well, no,
I'd be yucking my yum.
the yum is that the Yankees look like they have like a real competitive Yankee team. The yuck is if Glaber stays bad, like real decisions could have to be made that I don't know if people are ready for those conversations. So used perfectly. Sorry you didn't understand. You're a little slow sometimes.
The Glaber 4 walks this series. He had 2 walks in his previous 69 plate appearances, 18 games.
So the Astros have given up?
Maybe.
Wow. Stats guys.
He went
better.
in the middle of that period 10 games without a walk.
Not good.
Hopefully a good thing.
And they had there's a period in there that the average was kind of okay, but no walking.
Do you have a first award? Regular award.
Brought to you by the John Boy Media merch store. Go to shop.johnboymedia.com. We have a ton of Yankees gear. We have a ton of everything gear. We made at a certain point, we're like, hey, maybe we should wear stylish type shirts that people would wear. And we have a ton of those, and they're in our office every day, and we see people at the games and in the streets in them. It's pretty cool. So go check out the website. Helps us out. And you could look stylish this summer. My first award is the Still Got It award.
Still got it. I'm gonna go Stanton.
Yes, layups. Got to get you back on track. Stanton hits the hardest ball of the season. Ohtani's roping balls. Judge hits one 473 today. We talked about Stanton showing enough at the start of the year that we're like, okay. Again, all the Stanton conversations we had this offseason, and those were some yucky yum conversations. And now those are kind of out because Stanton showed enough. The numbers are a little bizarre still. It's a lower batting average. It's a low on base. But he's shown he still has the ability to hit the ball harder than anyone in the game. Which, again, it's not a direct correlation to necessarily hitting because we fired a hitting guy over that. But like we talked about last episode with the runners in scoring position, Stanton is still a massive threat. And if he can stay at this level, it's a useful guy. We would all love if there's a tick up coming. But seeing him do that, man, that's, I don't know. It gave me a wry smile because we talk about how excited we get to see Soto every day and Judge every day. And I don't know, there's going to be a day we look back and Stanton that we're like, that guy, he hit the ball differently than everyone else that played.
The line drive is crazy. I think when he guesses right, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't know if he's guessing. His at bat against Blanco today was all low in the zone. He seemed to be choosing a location, high, not a pitch, and just taking low. So I've just kind of been trying to dissect what I think he's trying to do because he goes up there with a plan.
Right.
And that's why sometimes he'll get got really bad.
2 homers this series.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
No, I mean, if that's what he is, that's an awesome threat. Really awesome threat. So I like it. I'm giving out the I'm Not Them award.
I'm Not Them award.
I'm Not Them.
I've got it down at 2.
Okay. It's an early goalie pull.
Oh, didn't last the whole game again. I'll go Austin Wells.
No.
It's Volpe.
No.
Okay.
It's Jon Berti.
Okay.
Jon Berti has now started 2 games since returning, and he's contributed very well in both those games offensively. 3 hits, a walk in both games. Comes off the bench and does the bunt thing today.
Right.
But hey, the rest of the bench, Grisham and Jones, don't play. Do not play. So Berti is I know Oswaldo's been pretty good and you like him, but I'm not them. Play me. And if he goes 0 for 8 in those 2 games, I think he kind of eases into being them and just not a guy. So I'm happy for him that in his first 2 starts, he got it done with the bat, got on, not pop, but is turning it over. He's part of rallies and part of things happening. That's exciting to have a bench piece with some flexibility. I hope it continues. But I was just looking at the stats and seeing, Grisham and Jones just straight up didn't play. That's crazy. It's cool that we have a starting unit that we like and the bench is not there. But it's nice of Berti that he contributed because I think if he didn't, he would have been them.
Feels like an asset. And that's where we felt with him initially coming into the season.
Exactly. I didn't want for him to become a non-asset.
Right.
So have been excited in those games to be like, yes.
Yeah, like I keep seeing Jahmai Jones, and I love he's wearing the mock turtleneck, which I like. But then I'm like, damn, man, like I don't. Like I was wondering if they were going to pinch run him for Glaber in the 9th, and they didn't. So it's really like he's just chilling.
Yeah. 6 at bats so far. It's wild. So good for you.
When's the last Yankee that was on the roster this long and had this little run?
Ooh, I don't even know if that's how you would look that up, but
Yeah.
it's kind
I don't know how to find that, but nobody comes to mind.
Man, to be on the roster this long,
Right.
and get this little run.
He's cockroached.
I think because is he like just DJ return bait? Because he'd be easy.
Wow. I'm trying to think because like Peraza got called up and stashed, but even like in that stash period, I think he started once a week.
Yeah, he
like
would
they
find
pinch
some
ran
run.
him and used his glove.
I mean, 09 Ramiro Pena.
Sal Fasano.
It's interesting. Good question.
They've had a couple guys that they brought him up for 3 days because they just wanted to use the roster spot and they didn't get involved. Narvaez.
Right, they
last
normally
week.
just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that's a revolving guy that's like a just in case.
Or if they have them, they love to play them. So this could be a new Yankees thing.
Yeah, I think it's got to
think
go.
it is.
It's got to go pretty back. to, like-
Marwin did have some stretches. The chat, they on the whole for that year did use Marwin a lot,
Right.
But he had periods where we saw him once in 2 weeks.
What was that? 22.
22.
Last year as an MLB player. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, he started pretty. No, he started. If you look at the game logs, like the biggest gap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. That's the biggest gap. But then he does
That ain't this long.
And it was known he was gonna play.
I mean, has Jones started?
The one game Glaber sat and got into.
Jones just started 1 games out of 38. Marlon never had
Wow.
that. I don't think any.
That's
I don't
a
know.
crazy
I don't know
stretch.
when you would find that happening.
OT in the Rangers game.
Bought ourselves some time. So I'm not them award, Berti.
I'm not them.
Great statement by him.
That's good. Okay. Last and finalmente award for myself. Teeing up the biggest award of the program. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to use the Roll Your Hands Over, Don't Listen to Me award.
Roll your hands over. Don't listen to me award. Austin Wells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, I guessed him. I figured it out,
Yeah.
but don't listen to me.
Okay.
He hit a ball on the screws again, and it was right at Kyle Tucker in right field. When he hit it, I was like, ooh, I love it. That's a pretty baseball swing. He has a pretty swing, and he's, good. And I know there's been the expected slugging and all that, and we're still kind of living in fear.
Of that skunk.
Yeah. Between Gary and some of the other things that at a certain point you need some numbers. 190 batting average, 622 OPS. I don't know if he needs, if it's a slight tweak in his swing to get a little more backspin on the ball. Maybe it's a little teacher man thing because he's doing everything right except I think he just needs to do something a little different at the point of impact to get a little more loft. So I don't know if that's a swing impact thing. For me in blitzball, and this is where Austin Wells should not listen to me, because we thought to like kind of throw your hands bad at the ball. I realized I had to kind of flip my hands through when I was swinging, and I was starting to get some loft again on the ball and hit home runs. So if that works in real baseball, Austin Wells just kind of flip your hands through the ball a little harder when you hit it. There's no chance that works. Talk with the professionals, but Austin Wells looks like a really good hitter.
Yeah.
Just the results aren't there.
They've been there lately. I mean, his last 10 days or something like that, they're pretty good. Well, what did he go today? Over 3?
Double check.
Over 3 today. No
So-
strikeouts, no walks.
His last 9 games, 321 batting average. With a probably 400 on base. 8-game sample.
I've got something for you.
What's 9 plus 4 is 13. Divided by 32. 406 on base.
Austin Wells, 13 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Yeah. No, the Yankees have all the Yankees lefties are not strikeout guys.
For a young catcher, those
Yeah.
are
Yeah, no,
very impressive.
His approach is nice. It does seem like there is going to be like some coach that has a term or, that just like clicks and then he's just going to go off.
It's like he's doing everything exactly right except one little thing. It's going to unlock him.
That's a good point. Wait till summer.
But, don't listen to me.
No, don't listen to you.
Because no way that's it.
No, you can't just flip your hands, break his wrist.
Signs are all there.
Heads. His tails.
Final award.
Last and final award.
Hey.
Yeah?
No.
I'm gonna find an award from 2021 that I gave out, and I'm gonna double
You're
it
gonna
up.
repurpose.
I'm gonna repurpose an old one.
Okay.
That's really tough to do because I don't know the context of what, and I said these things. No wetsuit award.
Right.
That'd be tough for you to guess,
Maybe.
so I'm not gonna do that. I don't know, man. Is there anyone we have to talk about that we haven't talked about? Is there any the team's good? They're rolling.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'll go with the fuck yeah award.
Carlos Rodon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the only guy left that kind of needs to be talked
It
about.
was him, Judge Volpe.
Yeah,
Judge knows everyone.
Volpe's scaring me. I'll be
Rodon deserves
honest.
some love. Okay.
Numbers are still not great, and now we're just getting power swings, and that's scary.
He had a couple walks this series, so I don't want to knock him for the power swings with 2 walks. It was a nice series.
It was in that home run, that short porch is probably not a home run in another stadium.
That's probably a
That's
double.
probably
It's
but-
probably an
the
awesome
hit we
double.
like.
That's true. But I thought since he was hitting, I was going to go look at the numbers and they were going to be good. And I looked at them and oh, wait,
Not
they're
yet.
still not even close, even though last 5, last 7. Anyway, so Rodon's good. What?
Big Evan
Yeah.
of Evan and Co., one of our mutual friends that we've throughout John Boy Media is kind of known.
Yeah.
We have an extended group of his friends. He went to Northeastern. I'm in a group chat with all of them. They're all big Joez McFly fans.
Yeah.
So the tweet of Joez McFly eyeing up Mrs. Met got sent this morning.
Yeah.
And then another friend in that chat.
Where do I find that?
Another friend in the chat didn't do their chat homework, and so they sent the tweet even though it had already been sent.
Yeah.
And so it just gets sent a third time to make that person feel bad. So now I've been sent that tweet 3 times today.
Can you?
Joez McFly.
I mean, if you go to Twitter, BBD, and type in Joez McFly, Mrs. Met, you'll find it. Can you play it for everyone
I
at
think
home?
he'll get. I think maybe he knows how to get there.
I'm in the process of that. I
You know
have
what?
many
I haven't
group
watched
chat.
this. I haven't seen this yet.
Really?
No.
Really? Okay. It's a good. It's a good clip. It's a good clip. God, does this not show how far the Astros have fallen? That this
Video.
episode's just like
Mrs. Matt.
yucking.
And how is Mrs. Met double cheeked up like this, bro? Bro, she got some yams. Shit's crazy, Pop. What is this? No way Mr. Met knows what the hell he's doing, bro. There's no way. There was no way. That shit crazy. She's Hispanic? I guess. I mean, I don't... What is this? And how is Mrs. Met double cheeked up like this, bro? Bro, she got some yams. Shit's crazy, Pop. What is this?
A good clip.
No way Mr. Met knows what the hell he's doing, Pop. There's no way. Bro, there's no way. That shit crazy. She's Hispanic? I guess. I mean, I don't... What?
Yes. Anyway, Rodon is looking good, coming to task, big games. He does have a really bad stat that I found.
Okay.
His 2-strike numbers, much like the Yankees bullpen, are bad. He's got like one of the higher OPSs and 2-strike counts this season.
Yeah, again, if you're a baseball savant person, his baseball savant, not too pretty, which is kind of funny because he's been really good. But in his elite years with San Francisco, it was a pretty baseball savant page. Rodon's slider has never felt wipeout. And I feel like that used to be his signature.
Yeah, I mean, he's got so many other pitches he's like throwing now that could be getting soft. Like the cutter, the way he throws it is for soft contact, which could change some of the numbers.
Right, but I don't know. I guess I'm just surprised we're at this point and there hasn't been one start we've been like, yo, Rodon's slider was banging today. Had some yams.
Actually, if I look at this, looking at his pitch usage game log, the last 2 starts, he's been a 2-pitch pitcher. So he's back to that. So this start, he was 54% four-seam and 36% slider. But if you look at the chart, you can see that yellow bar, how much it comes up at the end. He really did be like, all right, let's go back to basics a little. Now that I have those other pitches, I can lean on them, but it's kind of interesting. Good for him. Good start. 53% whiff percentage on the slider in this game.
It's good.
That's great.
I'm into that.
Let's see what the whiff percentage is on the slider this season and then compare it to past seasons.
Yeah, I mean, the run value on the pitch, 2022, 2021, is kind of elite. This year, the run value on the slider is negative.
And so people are hitting it. He's still getting whiffs on it. So he's got 41% whiff percentage on the slider this year, and his peak years was 40 and 39.
Right around there, yeah.
Yeah. And his put-away's higher, too. Kind of interesting. It's got more spin on it than it did in those years. Not a ton, but more.
Interesting. He's been very good. Like, this isn't...
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching. Again, if your name is Justin, leave a review and subscribe. Share it with your family. Show your loved one that Joe's clip. Take care of yourselves. Go Yanks. Tom Grams.
Go Yankees.
Someone commented that